Hello, 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 Angel here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. It's time for November Decks and Intentions. This is a bit late, but hey ho, we're here. We're doing it. Let's dive in with the Decks and Intentions. Okay, I've got quite a few decks to show you. Few intentions that are going to be quite interesting for November. My kettle's on the boil. I'm just making myself a brew or a cup of coffee. Do the same if you want to. There's going to be a cup of coffee appearing anytime soon. Yeah, but while the kettle is boiling, let's jump in with the first decks. So I'm going to start by saying November was a very heavy month for me, I felt. With my readings and the things I was working through. I'm going to say it was my shadow work, which I was working through, which I've affectionately started calling it my jaded self instead of my shadow self. Anyway, that was very, very dense or heavy. And so I really felt I needed some playful decks to start November with. So the first deck I'm going to decide to use is the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Anne. Those are the backs. Then we've also got Chris Anne's deck here, the Sacred Creators Oracle. And let's just pop this there and that one there. And then this little beauty, which is the Sweet Foragers Tarot. This was a pre-order that I got in last month. There's some videos coming up, a little series of videos about Sam Rook's decks. Which is going to be out very, very soon, to keep your eye out for that. Anyway, so these decks, let's pop that out of the way. Yeah, totally fulfilled the criteria of colourful, playful decks. I say that. Hopefully they're not going to be hard hitting, because I need a bit of a downtime with the hard hitting stuff at the minute. But I just felt these with the colours and, you know, with the animal characters in this one, definitely really gave me a, I don't want to say light-hearted, but I'm going to stick to playful vibe. So yeah, these are the decks I'm going to be using for Dawn Michelle's Weaver's monthly medicine. Here we go. Look at this. Interesting. Yeah, so these are the decks I'm going to be using for that practice. I'm also feeling a real call with these decks to bring in my, bring in a pendulum. This is the box I keep my pendulums in. I haven't been using my pendulums for quite a few months now. I've got a couple here. I've got a selenite, a tourmaline, a clear crystal, and even a wooden pendulum. This one tends to work the best for me. And so I'm thinking that I really want to bring in these this month. But we'll see how that kind of pans out. Yeah, I just feel I needed a bit of a play, at least at the start anyway of November. Let's do that and that, and let's just take a couple more cards. I think these are going to play really nicely together. I can hear the kettle boiling. Should we pause for a cup of coffee making? I think we should. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's pop these out of the way. I'm going to show you the next selection of decks I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be a cheeky monkey and go and make myself a cup of coffee. Be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Right, I'm back. There was one deck that I forgot to show you in that selection of decks there, that combination, and that is this one. This is Morgan's Tarot, which I like to call the Gorgonzola Tarot. I don't know why. It just kind of got in my brain and stuck like that. They call this a tarot. I personally wouldn't call this a tarot. I use this as an oracle deck, and I'm thinking for the playful vibe, let's just give it a bit of a shuffle and let's show you a few of the cards. I think for the playful vibe that I'm going for the beginning of November, this is going to, like, you know, really tick the boxes. You might well have seen this one. This is quite an old deck, I feel. I'm not sure what year it's from. Let's see if I can flip some cards whilst finding out what year it was made, or created, or produced, or both. Let's have a look at this. This is a US Games deck. Copyright 1970, 1983, and 2009. So there you go. So they call it a tarot. I personally use this as a oracle deck. And I'm thinking it's just going to be an interesting, you know, playful deck to use in combination with the previous 3 I showed. So a couple more cards. You must have seen this deck. Well, you don't have to have seen it, but you probably have seen it, if you've been mooching around on TarotTube for a wee while now. So there we go. That's that one. That's the one I forgot to show you because I was too busy thinking about the kettle boiling and going to get my cup of coffee. How rude. Okay, so next selection of decks. Yeah, today I kind of come upon the thought that I'm feeling now that November's kind of landed and October's over it's over. I kind of feel a bit getting back into the autumn vibe again. So this deck started to call to me earlier on today, which I really decided to go and fish out of my tarot shelf. So this is the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. I've edged mine in black, and this one also called to me today. This is Ask the Witch. These are the backs. I've also edged mine in black here, and I'm thinking, I'm planning, should I say, to work with these two together. So as mentioned, I totally just felt a whim today that I wanted to get them out and to start working with them. So I haven't started as yet. I don't think I've pulled. Oh no, I have pulled some cards since the end of October. The 31st of October was obviously Samhain, and I did some workings and some end of year things, which were, as I mentioned, quite heavy. And to be honest, I don't feel that my energy levels are back in balance as yet. I still feel a bit depleted. That was a great word. I definitely feel depleted. So, which I think is probably also why I haven't filmed this video. It's been a bit of a chill start to November, and that's okay as well, isn't it? Sometimes, we just need to take a bit of a step back, and it's all good. It's all good. So I'm really feeling the pull of these two. I haven't worked with either of them before, but they both speak to me of autumn, and obviously the season we're in, or that I'm in anyway, in the country that I live in. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I haven't planned to work with any oracles with these two as yet, but that could happen throughout the month. So watch this space, never say never. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Okay, so that was those two. Then on the 31st of October, I received another pre-order home, and that was, let's just grab this, that was this one, which I actually opened as a Samhain present to myself. 31st of October is also the date that I moved from the UK to the country I live in now, and this year I celebrated 17 years. I moved 17 years ago, so I kind of, what's the word? Gifted myself this deck. I don't need a reason, I think it's all good to buy yourself decks if the fancy takes you and if the budget allows. So yes, I'm going to show you this deck, which I've decided to pair with this one. This was my Wildcard deck last month, which I had an absolute ball with, I've got to say. It hit the ground running. This is the Divine Muses Oracle, the French version. This is also an indie deck, or started off as an indie deck. I've edged mine like a beigey gold colour, which I think really, matches the backs. And then I'm also thinking of pairing it with this one, which is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I've modified mine, cut off the borders, edged it in brown. Yeah, and the borders have gone. Let's just move this over. That cup of coffee is going to be in the way now, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling the colours in this one. It's got that playful thing going on. Haven't used them yet, so I can't tell you how they speak. This one was a real, what can I say? I found it really supportive, actually, to be honest. In my readings that I did in October, I used this in connection with the Darkwood Tarot and even the Horror Tarot. Let's move some stuff flipping the card so you can see. And I just think that the photo collage here is going to work together. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. It could bomb. This was totally not a good setup, was it? And I haven't even dived. I I haven't dived into the guidebook yet with this one, so I can't tell you anything about it at all. I only got it a couple of days ago, and I started just playing with it. I shuffled it basically and just started playing with some pairings, actually, to be honest. And I thought, oh, these three might go really nicely together. I like these two because, you know, we've got this sepia tone going on, and this kind of gives you that pop of colour. A little bit playful. Don't know how it's going to read. It could be totally, you know, totally kick me in the bum. I've got no idea. But I feel this vintage vibe works really nicely together. My plan is also to bring this one in as well. This is the Divine Nature Tarot, I think it's called. I used this also in October. Really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say that it solidified its place in a certain pairing, which is good because I like to be able to, I mean, obviously, you know, I choose which decks I pair together, but sometimes decks, like, what's the word, fix themselves or cement themselves in a pairing or in a combination with other decks, and then I don't feel that I want to move them out of that pairing or combination. Whereas this one, I feel this is a free-flowing, you know, free-spirited deck. So I'm going to try these together. Let's flip a couple more cards for you to see. Does this make sense? I don't know. It totally makes sense to me, my brain, but whether it's coming across on camera, that's another question. Do you have this deck? Have you used it? What do you think about it? I've got to say I'm really, really enjoying it. Yeah, I've kind of gone a bit off grid here, haven't I? No, there we go. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. We're living the dream. Let's take a couple more. Love this. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. I think it's looking promising. I'll give you an update in November's favourites, things that have been feeding my soul and filling my cup. Okay, so that was those ones. Yeah, other intentions for November. Let's have a look here. Let's just move this up the way and grab some space. I'm suddenly surrounded by decks and goodies and bits and pieces. Other things happening in November. I mentioned the Sweet Voyagers Tarot and Sam Rook's decks. I've been doing a little mini series of comparing Sam Rook's decks, and those videos will be coming out very, very soon, to keep your eyes peeled. That's going to be these 5: Cosmic CUNT Tarot, Valoria's Tarot, Sweet Voyagers Tarot, and the Macabre Tarot, Rainbow Moon Tarot. So keep an eye out for those. It's been a really interesting exercise. I'm not going to say too much more. Yeah, take a look at the videos if you're interested. It was really fun to film them. Yeah, as mentioned, it was quite a heavy month in October, and I did a lot of work with my jaded side or jaded self. And with that in mind, I decided to get myself onto eBay and pick up a doll. Now this is a, what they called, Monster High doll, I want to say. I think it's a Monster High doll. Monster High doll, I'm sure it is. Anyway, so this is going to be my puppet for my jaded self work that I'm going to continue with. I do have 2 other puppets. I have a puppet that is like an adult version of, or a young adult version of myself, and I have another puppet that's a child version of myself. And now this one's going to be my jaded self version. Yeah, have I got much more to say? I haven't at the minute. I haven't cleansed her. I only got her yesterday. My plan is to remove all the makeup and have a completely blank, clean face. Trim the hair a little bit, I think. And then I'm going to pop some, this sounds a bit, you know, what's the word? Violent. But I'm going to pop her head off, as it were, and add some goodies into her head, which connects this doll to me. And then I'm going to pop the head back on, obviously, and do a bit of a ritual with her. And yeah, start doing some sympathy magic on my, or with my jaded side or jaded self. So yes, that was that. In conjunction with this, I'm also going to be working with some divination, obviously. These are my doll parts, which I think I've shown in a different video. I think I showed them in my beginner witch handmade tools or something video, something like that. I'll link it in the description box. Anyway, this was not my idea. I saw this idea on Pink Tourmaline Witch's channel, and they were casting doll parts as a charm casting set or as a casting set, which really resonated with me because I'm a vegetarian moving towards vegan, and so casting animal parts, animal bones didn't really resonate for me, so this kind of resonated more. So my plan is, in conjunction with my jaded self poppet Sympathy Magic, I'm gonna be using these doll parts for healing work around this. Does that make sense? Yeah, anyway, anywho, so as part of that, I've created this journal. I made it, I think I made it the 1st November, I think. Let's see if I can open this without knocking the camera. I just made it out of a piece of pizza box, actually, and then did some collage on the back, some magazines. I had a book which had these illustrations in, with this one as well, had some flower pictures, covered it in some pink tissue paper. This is the inside, this was the part of the book as well. And then I've just basically added some pages in. Oopsie, I keep hitting the camera, don't I? I think I do. So yeah, so my plan is to use this journal for this work with my poppet and with the doll casting parts. I'm not explaining this very well, am I? Pretty much as usual. I'm too busy focusing on the journal. Yeah, so that's that. Had a lot of fun making this, actually, I've got to say. Really enjoyed it. And, it's supposed to look a bit scruffy, rustic, I do like my journals like that, to be honest. And I'm going to add some more stuff into this as I go along, which is my plan. It might well be Mod Podged in glitter. Don't know yet. I do like me a bit of glitter. Anyway, so it's a bit loose, which is, my intentions video tend to be a bit loose because I'm usually following breadcrumbs, as it were. I'm kind of, trying to join the dots. Sip of coffee. But I'm really looking forward to start using my jaded self poppet, I've got to say. Yeah, I'm also going to be using the jaded self healing oil that I made at Samhain. If you want to know more about that, go and see my October favourites for a bit more information about that. So yeah, that's that. Let's just pop these back into this beautiful box, which I found in a thrift shop. Let's see if I can grab all these and get them in. Hasn't it gone dark suddenly? I think it's about to rain. Not good. So yeah, those were the decks. I think those are mainly the decks. My other intention is to continue with my chakra journey, which I'm on, and yoga journey as well for November. This is a journal I picked up in England for £1. It was a complete bargain. I purchased this book last month, which I'm going to be diving into more this month, The Ultimate Guide to Chakras. This is a really good book. I've been going through it and reading information in it so far. And I really want to make some notes in my self-love journal, which is somewhere which I'm going to show you in just a wee second. And I really enjoyed this because, let's just go back to the throat chakra here. It even connects to different goddesses, which connect to the chakras, which I thought was really, really interesting. And then we've got like gemstones, essential oils, different exercises. And then we've even got making incense blend for that chakra. And even the archetypes of the throat chakra, or all the different chakras, which I thought was also really interesting. So this has been a really interesting book to start diving into. I love this, look at this. Look at this illustration style. Yeah, I'm going to show you some of the decks that I'm going to be working with in conjunction with this practice as well. If I can grab some space, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let me grab some of those decks I'm working with for this practice. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm going to show you the ones that are newer to this practice. I spoke about this yoga and chakra practice in October's intentions and decks video. Anyway, so these are the decks, the newer decks I'm going to be bringing in to this practice. I say newer as in I didn't mention them in October's intentions and decks video, but they have been in my collection for quite a while. Anyway, this is the Kali oracle. Then we've even got the Tantric Dakini oracle. These are the backs. These, which I thought were really, really great. I forgot I had these actually. Well, I forgot I had them. I didn't forget. I knew I had them. They're on my self-love altar. And I pull them every so often, just, you know, as I walk past my altar and just pull a card and pop it on my altar. And so I thought these would be great because obviously they're chakra cards. They've got all different backs here. And they even relate to obviously what the chakra is and the crystal that can be used as well, which I think is a really great addition. Great little detail. This is the one I showed last month. This is the Yoga Tarot. I'm not gonna show it again, I don't think, because I showed it last time. But this is in conjunction with these, and even this one, which I've shown before, the Secret Language of Colour cards. Same again. I'm going to be using these in conjunction with these. Let's do that. Shall I flip a few cards? I think I should. Why not? Why not? I mean, look at this. Look at this. Safety. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. Ally and Shamunda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, doesn't it give you chills? Does it not give you chills? It gives me chills. Oh, the root chakra. Oh my goodness me. Let's move along. Let's move along. I haven't tried. Oh, I did one pull last month with these, which I haven't started journaling on yet. So the cards are sitting on my altar waiting for me to do that. Amusement and coloratry. Shine, you're made of stardust, so keep sparkling. Let's do a couple more. I've had both of these in my collection for a wee while, and even this one actually, this third one, and they haven't been used yet. So this, you know, they just started calling to me from my tarot shelf, and I was like, I should be getting these out and using them with this chakra practice. Living Goddess, Kadaga. Follow your instinct, they lead you to the truth. This is an Alana Fairchild deck, and I personally find Alana Fairchild's decks guidebooks, quite wordy. They're a bit, no offence, but for me personally, they're a bit long-winded. So I do tend to skim through the guidebook for the entries and just really skim and see where my eyes stop. Almost a bit like bibliomancy, I suppose. You know, really skim through the text and then just, you know, whatever jumps out at me is what I read. Hot seat, Kali, and to see more clearly, close your eyes. I think, you know, it's going to be interesting. I think I said about all the pairings that I bring together. Taking up arms, Bhadrakali, and fertility, let your life burst forth from the seed of creation. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine, self-preservation, and Bagla Mukti. I personally would find this more helpful if they had a different keyword, personally. A bit of, you know, a jumping off point that I could recognise. I feel this makes, you know, I have to go to the guidebook for this. And I don't know enough about Kali or the mythology around Kali to get any what's the word, intuitive hits is the word I'm looking for, of course. Yes. Dangerous pussy in the past. This is beautiful. Foundations. Foundations is what the castle of your soul is built upon. I really like this. I really, really like this. Let's just take one more. Because, you know, we're playing with pairs, why not? Guardian. compassion. Resolve your conflicts with compassion. I'm really, every time there's like a green-bodied person, it automatically brings me back to this jaded self. So this is going to be interesting. Ooh, okay, so yes, I said I wouldn't do this, didn't I? Didn't I say I wouldn't do this? But I'm going to do it now anyway. Let's just do this now. I've got so many decks sitting around me. My coffee cup's in the way. Oh, holy moly. And now I've come up on another deck that I should have brought into this selection. Oh no! Do you have a second? Do we have space on the table? Not really. Let's do that. Not really. Can you see that? I don't know. I'm hoping you can see that. I said one more and now we're flipping more cards, but hey ho. Here we are. Did I flip this one? I didn't, did I? Oh, get with the program, Angel, for goodness sake. Speak from your heart is the only thing worth listening to. Lighten up. The Four of Pentacles. Whoop. Cremation ground meditation. The Ten of Swords and Pearl connect to the divine. Vulnerability, showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. I think it's going to be interesting to know how these pan out together. Fearless, turn your warrior into a warrior. Waves of bliss, brilliance, and discover your sparkle. This is interesting. With justice. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more and then we're stopping. Because I feel like we've already gone on for quite a while here. Okay, love this, picking up the pink here. Abundance, embrace the balance between earth and spirit. Clear quartz, rose quartz, and hematite. We've got the Four of Cups and we've got magenta. Connect to your deepest inner knowing. Yeah, what do we think? I think it's going to be interesting. Okay, that's those ones. We've got one more deck to speak about, haven't we? Of course we have. And we're going to be speaking about the Wildcard deck. Wildcard deck for October, as mentioned, was the Muses, Divine Muses Oracle, which was absolutely fantastic. I really, really liked it. Here's the jar. If you don't know what this is about, I'm going to link a video in the description box, which will take you to the video where I explain about it. If you know, you know. Are you ready? Are we steady? We're going to do it. We're going to live the dream. And I'm going to have to pause the video and find another deck because I don't know what this prompt is going to be. So let's have a look. Okay, the prompt is a deck with a little white book. Oh, well, that's quite easy, isn't it? There's a lot of decks with a little white book. Please hold. Hello, and I'm back again. This was a really easy one, I've got to say. A deck with a little white book, yes. Well, obviously, well, not obviously, but I think it's going to be this one. The Lilith Tarot. I received this one off of eBay. A really great find. This is the first edition of the Lilith Tarot. I've seen it up on eBay for quite a while. What's the word? It was up and then it disappeared again because nobody bid on it. Then it was up again, and nobody bid on it, and it was up again. And I thought, I want to, but I don't know if I dare. And I just thought, I'm just going to do it. So this is it. This is my deck with a little white book. And I'm thinking I'm going to be a cheeky monkey and just pull this back into shot again. But I'm wondering if they're going to kind of, gel with this whole forgot my word. Chakra practice, chakra yoga practice. What do we think? What do we think? Mother's milk and the lovers. Interesting. I really like this Lilith Tarot as well. I haven't used it as yet. I've literally looked through the cards, made sure they're all there. It's in pristine condition. I think this is probably new. The deck is in really great condition. And I really like that there are the astrological symbols on it, which is great if you're doing the deck and walk, which I'm loosely doing still. So that's really interesting. So here you see you've got Cancer, Moon in Cancer. It's obviously the water sign. White Lady, Mother of Pearl. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm not even going to say it because you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, yes. Maya, how she spins justice with Carly. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oopsie. Let's do this. This cardstock is a bit, you know, a wee bit sticky. Heart Drop, the Hermit, and Takashina. I do apologise for my pronunciation. Apologies. Okay, last one. And then I think we're going to wrap up the video for November Decks and Intentions. I'm looking forward to November, I've got to say. Although we've obviously started and I haven't done anything as yet because I've been, you know, not recovering, but I've been in a rejuvenation a couple of days, a little period of rejuvenation. Temptation with the Wheel of Fortune and Carly. Okay, last one. Self-created. Ooh, come on now, come along. Strength and Shri Bala. Yes, totally feeling it. Loving the colours. Very exciting. I've got a lot of things to be doing in November. And November is a bit of a short month, right? It's only got 30 days. I need to get my finger out and start doing some stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to carry on babbling because I've got decks to be using, man. I shouldn't even be here. I should be, doing my stuff. I forgot to mention this beauty. Received this one. I'll be working with this one in November as well. That's another thing to add to my list. Connecting with the Tarot by Dawn Michelle. If you follow her channel, or if you don't follow her channel, I would highly recommend going and having a look. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going to be starting in November's intentions. Take care, and I hope to see you on the next video. Toodaloo.